member from Thornhill.
Thank you very much, Speaker. My question is for the Premier. The McGuinty government has a lot of sins to account for, not the least of which are record deficits, staggering debt, out-of-control spending on government salaries, and your abhorrent record on job creation. You've done nothing to get Ontario moving in the right direction. You've procrastinated on the budget, then watered it down, then you held your breath hoping for the by-elections to hand you a majority. Now that the dust has settled, are you waiting for another downgrade from Moody's and S&P before you get your act together, and stop playing fun with figures in your answer? How long do people have to wait? Explain yourself, Premier. Tell Ontarians what you're waiting for.
Premier.
Speaker, the Minister of Finance.
Finance.
Speaker, in fact, we've implemented a budget plan that is bringing Ontario back to balance. Like jurisdictions across this country, around the Western world, we were hit hard by the downturn of 08-09. We, unlike a number of those jurisdictions the Premier cited earlier, we now have more jobs have been created since the downturn than were existing before the downturn. That's better than the U.S., better than the U.K. Just this morning, RBC is out saying that Ontario's growth will once again lead Canada, Mr. Speaker, this year, which I think is important. Budget plan, and I'll have more to say at public accounts in the very near future about our achievements to date. But, Mr. Speaker, we are continuing to bring down the deficit while we protect the important investments we made in education and health, which are essential to a better economic future for all Ontarians.
Thank you. Supplementary.
Speaker, the truth is that this Premier, this Finance Minister, this government are failing Ontario. You want to stay the course, is what you say, but, Minister, you're the first mate aboard the Titanic. You've had 9 years to get it together. You've quite frankly flopped. Latest job numbers show that you're not just preventing the province from moving forward, you're actually dragging it down. And your excuses are all out the window at this point. The by-elections are done. The teachers' legislation is done. It's clear that you still do not have a plan. Since you haven't got any ideas on how to get Ontario out of the hole your government has dug, why don't you listen to someone who does? Why are you not listening to us?
Minister.
Mr. Speaker, I do listen to a number of people, and by the way, we're quite willing to take good ideas from either of the opposition parties, and we've done that, Mr. Speaker. We'll continue to do that. Today, RBC is out saying still at a time when we expect the pace of national growth to slow this year relative to last year, the acceleration of provincial economic activity is encouraging. I'll remind him what the National Bank had to say. Business spending for machinery and equipment will continue to grow over the forecast horizon, which is worth mentioning after growth rates of 15% in 2010 and close to 20% in 2011. Mr. Speaker, no doubt that too many Ontarians are still looking for jobs. That's why we have our Healthy Homes tax credit, which he and his party have blocked. 10,500 jobs, Mr. Speaker. Please, let that pass. It's part of our plan, which is getting us back to balance as we protect the enormous gains we've made in education and health care, which are essential for a bright and growing economic future for all Ontarians.